the next new thing. Meet Aki Ross, perhaps the movie star of the summer. She's already featured in Entertainment Weekly and Maxim magazine. Maxim says she's one of 100 women who may change the cultural landscape. She's a new star. She has the lead in Final Fantasy, an action film adaptation of the video game.
How was that one? Was it good?
She's a new star coming at you with the lead in a major summer movie. Not bad for someone who doesn't exist.
All right, let's see how that looks.
Actually, Aki Ross is a computer-generated actor, the latest advance in the animator's art.
But the others, Dr. Sid!
Keep eyes to take care of him. Come on.
That art is almost reality, according to ABC film critic Joel Siegel.
We'll get to the point very soon that Hollywood will be able to make films that we won't be able to tell if it's a real person or if it's a digital image.
To look at Final Fantasy, the new movie starring Aki Ross, Hollywood is almost there now. How it gets there is a fascinating process. The movie makers start with movement. To get movement animated correctly, real actors were rigged with white markers placed where bones rotate.
And action. 1.
Then director Remington Scott shot the actors with 16 cameras.
This is really a new kind of animation. It's something that we've never seen before.
The live action recorded by the cameras was then translated by computer into three-dimensional animated characters.
This is how people move. This is not a representation of how people move.
Stephen Geisler had the job of putting personality into the characters, like Aki's co-star Gray, the male lead.
So Gray, for instance, very, very strong brow, cutesy nose, but the corner of his eyes kind of angled down, what they call bedroom eyes. And that's a major point that generally girls find attractive.
You know my security rating allows me to bypass this.
And then maybe the hardest part, dialogue. We don't all read lips, but we know instinctively how a mouth moves when people speak. Actors Alec Baldwin, Ming Na, James Woods, and Donald Sutherland provided the voices in Final Fantasy.
So I gather this will be somewhat of a rough ride.
Doc, you've got a talent for understatement. Hang on, everybody!
Animating mouths to match words was Matt Hackett's problem.
Well, of course you do. Well, of course you do.
It definitely screams when it's not perfect. His jaw.
So Hackett went to the computer.
The first one we have is jaw open. And it opened up pretty far. I mean, we have it all the way down to, left inner lip up down, which is just, this little funnel snarl there. So you can go with full Jack Nicholson if you like.
Now, some of these animating techniques are not new. Directors have fooled you before, animating backgrounds that you couldn't tell from real life, like Gladiator.
Amazing things in Gladiator, they built the bottom tier of the Colosseum. The second and third tiers are animated. Computer-generated animation. Don't exist, not at all.
Same with Braveheart. Only a few of those extras were real. And Titanic.
Titanic, the ship. Great scene on the ship. The ship turns and people are rolling down the deck. Animated. Didn't really happen.
Of course, those characters in Titanic were only shot from a distance. They didn't have to stand up to a close-up. Estimates put the cost of developing the new technology and making this movie at over $100 million. Future movies using the technology presumably won't be so costly. But why do movie makers want to do this in the first place?
You do it because you can. You do it because you think people will go see a movie because of the technology. People don't go see movies because of technology.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Steven Spielberg had a line about using computer-generated effects in movies. He said the directors have to be careful to keep from, this is his quote, technological show-off.
But there is a lot to show off, and there are advantages for the movie makers. Final Fantasy is a movie adapted from a video game, and that means a ready-made audience already hooked on video games. Producer Chris Lee.
Today, gaming is a big part of kids' imaginary lives and how they sort of live in virtual worlds that don't exist in real life. And so I think it's very important for us as filmmakers to sort of stay ahead of what the audience is thinking and what they're doing.
And there's another advantage to computer animated actors. Aki Ross won't ask for millions per movie. She has no agent. She's never in a bad humor. She's available at all hours, and she'll never lose her looks.
Hard to say.
Which could put Hollywood's plastic surgeons out of business.
Tracking.
There's no time.
Tracking.
There is no time. You're gonna lose him.
The director of Final Fantasy has ambitions for his appealing new heroine, Aki Ross. He wants to cast her in another movie as a totally different character, just as you would any other young movie star with her whole career ahead of her.